I would like to switch up from nonfiction and become a fiction author. I can't even make up stuff this good. like, I tell someone this story and they go, "Are you serious?" Like, I wish I could make this up. You roll in the Panera Bread drive-through. You wait in line for 10 minutes. You finally get to the speaker and they tell you that they're short-staffed and that any order will be 20 minutes. And you're like, "Look, I just need like a couple bagels. That's it. They're already baked, right? Can you just grab those, put them in a bag, and check me out?" All orders are going to take 20 minutes. And you're like, "What the hell? What the fork?" And you drive away because you already waited 10 minutes and you're going to wait another 20 minutes because they just can't stuff already cooked bagels in the bag. And I do appreciate the one Panera by my house because there's times when it seems like there's only two people in there. They're begging for mercy from the customers, and there's usually like one person that's like 65 years old and one younger person in there, and that's it. And it's like, man, how are we gonna survive as a society if we don't have people working? Or where did everyone go? I had this issue getting a haircut, and the stylist I was with, I asked them like, "Are you having issues?" They're like, "Oh my god, don't even get me started about finding a stylist." And you know, she left her last place because it was going downhill and they couldn't find stylists and the customers were pissed off and they weren't coming back. And I asked them like, "So where did all the stylists go? Did they all end up working at Amazon or something? Like, are they all driving Uber? Like, where did? It's not like you, and it's possible. I don't know their background, but it's highly unlikely that you were a hairstylist and now you're laying code for AI in Silicon Valley. Like, where did everybody go? Where did everyone go that was working in the restaurants and retail, the hairstylist? Where did everybody go?" And that's where I'm looking for the answer. And then no one has that answer. But funny enough, I was scouting, a location not too long ago for a new restaurant, and to get to the strip mall that I was looking for the spot, you got to drive down past some of the new dispensaries, right? And there's like 3, 4, 5 dispensaries lined up in a row there. I think that city probably had an ordinance, and then everyone just piled in right there. But there's lines around the building for the weed shop, and it's like, how's there lines outside the weed shop at like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday? I mean, it's possible someone works a night shift or has a day off, but man, every like lot was packed, and I'm like, so are they not working? Can anyone answer that question? You just start looking around, and you talk to people in the party store. We call them party store here, but the liquor stores, and they're talking about booze sales are up. It's like, is everyone just like getting high and drinking and not working? Um, I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on in society where what's crazy is if you look at the last time I went to Taco Bell, it's probably someone over 60 in the window. I was recently up north. Almost everybody working at the hotel slash resort was like significantly older than normal. I mean, 50, 60 years old. I think you even saw someone that was 70. A complete shift in the demographic of who was working in hospitality. And it's like, you often hear about the younger generations complain about old people, but you ain't complaining about them right now when you roll up to the Taco Bell window at 2 o'clock in the morning to get your chalupa, because without them, Taco Bell would be closed. But I'm like, damn, it's a half an hour now to get someone to stuff an already baked bagel into a bag and let you tap your chip, the pay and go. I mean, that's 30 minutes. And I'm at a point where food has been so bad eating out that I don't even eat out anymore. If I'm on the go, I'll do it. But I'm at a point where I'm making my own tortillas at home. I'm baking my own bread. I just made like tandoori chicken. I made like some homemade fettuccine. It's every time I eat out somewhere, the food is either underseasoned, overseasoned, undercooked, overcooked. half the items are missing. The Grubhub people deliver to the wrong house. The food's always really cold. Like whether you eat out in person, you have it delivered, you do carry out. The only thing that's been pretty consistent has been Jet's Pizza. Um, for some reason, they figure out how to keep getting pizzas out the door. But there was a point last year where the manager of the store, I mean, I've been ordering from this Jet's Pizza for like 15 years or some shit. There's one point when the manager came to my house for delivery, and I'm like, dude. And he's like, look, man, the last 3 days we didn't even do delivery. We had delivery shut down. We had no drivers and not even enough staff to make all the pizzas. And he's like, today it's, I think it was probably a Friday or Saturday, I'm guessing. He's like, we got to deliver today. So I'm out here running around delivering pizzas until we can find a driver. And it's like, man, that was a year ago. And here we are. Panera Bread's still suffering. The hotel I was at was suffering. Gas stations, like everywhere you go, hairstylists, it's like, did these people leave the workforce? Have they found some other way to make money to just survive or get by? Or did everyone move up into jobs that are making more money? That's what I don't know. But I'm like, man, the saga with my ups and downs of Panera Bread, it just continues. And it's like, man, and the amount of time it took you to say, all orders are going to take 20 minutes, you probably could have walked over and threw the bagels in the bag and just let me tap my card on the thing. It's just nuts that, what if, I come inside and get the bagels instead? But that's what's been going on right now. If I'll leave the gym sometimes and I'll put an order in now and for ASAP, which, to me that I'm going to wait an extra 10 minutes because I know they're slow, and then I'll get to the parking lot. And then you'll get the text message saying that, hey, we're running behind. So, an ASAP order might take you 30, 40 minutes. No matter if I want like a bagel and a coffee or something, it's at least a half an hour. I don't know how we're going to make it, because what's going to happen, that's going to trickle over into the stores making money. They're either going to have to lay people off or shut down the store. And if they don't do that, then the overall corporate earnings are going to drop. Their earnings are going to drop. The stock prices are going to go down. Stock prices go down. People invested in the stock market lose money. You lose money in your 401k, all that fun stuff. That's happening probably across the board in all aspects of hospitality, retail, and services. That ends up hurting the bottom line. Stock market's already kind of crashing because of inflation and all this other turmoil. Add in, revenue drop or profit drops because you're paying people crazy amounts of money to work. You're getting less productivity. So, yeah, how does this end well? Does anyone have an answer? I've been talking about this for about 18 months, and it's probably a little bit early to the party on the topic, but look, if you're paying someone $20 an hour and now you're paying them $30 an hour and you're actually getting less productivity, it doesn't end well for the business world. So now your profit margin drops, or you end up taking losses, and or your product or service isn't as good as it used to be because customers are tired of buying. I'm tired of buying food that isn't cooked right, so I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to spend my money. So you're paying more for labor, and you're getting less productivity, but your customers are buying less because the experience is shittier. This doesn't end well. And I think we're looking at Wall Street right now thinking like it's kind of propped up, but there's more and more talk of earnings getting adjusted, and earnings hits, and it's compounded. It's interest rates going up, cost of capital. It's this wage inflation spiral thing that's going on where you got to pay employees more money, so you got to raise your prices, and when you raise your prices, people need to make more money to afford them, so you raise wages. You can't win that battle, but then people stop spending money because they can't afford stuff because of the inflation, and or they're tired of their products or services being crappier. So does anyone realize that next year, or even the next 2 years, could have an incredible amount of pain? And I don't see a way out of it right now. If I keep saying this over and over again, the last 2 recessions, we would work our way out of it. People would work 2-3 jobs that they had to, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. I just don't think we're in that space right now, so we won't work our way out of the recession. And it doesn't seem like we're out of tricks with inflation is high. We can't print more money and send out like stimulus checks and do all this stuff. Our backs against the wall over here, and society as a whole is not in a mindset of we're gonna go grind away. Bring back some hustle culture. Where's Gary Vee when you need him, right? The last time you want to hear Gary Vee, hustle, hustle, hustle. Like, this is the one time we need it. Like, where's Gary Vee? Um, I just hope we get through this mess. We still got this war going on. I just did an episode on that. We got all this turmoil going on, and there seems like there's no resolutions to any of them right now. We don't really know how to solve inflation. We don't know how to get people back to work. The war seems to be escalating. We got potential issues with China and North Korea. OPEC just gave us the big middle finger, saying, "Hey, we're going to cut production. Good luck with the election, assholes." That's this. There's a lot of moving parts going on in the world right now, and the most important thing, when I look at unemployment, jobs, economy, all this stuff, GDP, no one's talking growth. You just don't hear growth. I don't hear growth. No one's throwing the word around too often on CNBC or Bloomberg. Not analysts, not professors, economists. There's nobody that's really talking growth right now. You're hearing layoffs. You're hearing contraction. You're hearing about, economic tsunamis. You're hearing about all this stuff for 2023. Mild recession, medium recession, deep recession. There's all this stuff that it's all shrinking, right? There's no talk of growth. There's no how do we get the GDP set back on fire? How do we, they're trying to get unemployment to 4.5. So there's going to be some short-term pain to get over the hump. But hell, what's worse right now? To the point where you got, you're dying for like work, like productivity and workforce, to where you can't even run your business. And there's probably a lot of people hoping that the unemployment goes up to 4.5%, so there's some liquidity in the market where you can actually hire somebody again. Anyways, I wish I could make a story up this good, but it just comes down to it where most of the restaurants seem to be understaffed. You can wait 10 minutes in line and still be told that it's going to take at least 20 minutes to even get any order was the key word, any order. It was just they're short-staffed. It's going to take 20 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's baked. If you wanted a cookie that was sitting in the window, it's going to take 20 minutes. And, man, it's got to be a tough spot to be in. Hey, working in that environment all day, you're short-staffed by half. Customers are pissed off. You're run ragged. At that point, it doesn't matter if they're paying you $18 an hour or $30 an hour. It's going to be a miserable gig. And, again, where do we go from here? And where did everybody go? Like, as much as it's half a joke saying, hey, everyone's out drinking and smoking weed, that's not. People are doing something. And so what are they doing? Where did the people go? Again, did they all end up at Amazon? Did they all go to the corporate world? Did they all start their own business? Are they all doing Grubhub delivery? Like, where did all the people go? Or are they doing nothing? Does anybody have an answer to that? Let me know.